Welcome back to Conscious Ground Sound. I'm Jay Endo, bringing you another new album review of the Magnetic Fields' March 10th, 2017 release, 50 Song Memoir, which is a chronological chronicle of 50 years of lead singer and vocalist Stephen Merritt's life, starting his birth year at 1966 and leading up to the present. Merritt seems to be fascinated with themed albums of impossible grandeur, most notably his tongue-in-cheek titled 69 Love Songs album, which was in fact a 69-song collection of some of the most poignant, hilarious, isolative, incisive, and sardonic songs ever written about love. The result is an absolute cult classic of brilliant proportions that has the heartwarming and personal touches of someone who has thought realistically, humorously, and romantically on the subject of love. Examples of Stephen Merritt's range on the subject of love are How Fucking Romantic, an a cappella performance that reeks of slapstick comedy, Let's Pretend We're Bunny Rabbits, which speaks for itself, and All My Little Words, which I think is the most heart-rendering example of a love song on the album. Merritt is back with another opus that attempts to assemble inspiration from another thematic form of songwriting, and the result is no less fascinating. 50 Song Memoir is a long-awaited follow-up to the 2012 Love at the Bottom of the Sea album. It's not clear over what amount of time these 50 songs were written, but Merritt started recording them on his 50th birthday, February 9th, 2015, where the album leaves off. 50 Song Memoir was released on None Such Records as a 5-disc set, and it was written and produced by Merritt, along with Thomas Bartlett and Charles Newman. 50 Song Memoir is full of variety as far as songwriting subjects are concerned, and the word variety also applies to the 50 different instruments Merritt plays on the album. The album starts out with the melodic and bright 66, Wonder Where I'm From, a ukulele and bass ballad that is reminiscent of Dent May, who was obviously weaned on the Stephen Merritt catalog. Merritt retains his ability to induce a giggle with the subsequent tracks 67, Come Back as a Cockroach, and A Cat Called Dionysus, which features a meowing solo at the end of it. On 70, They're Killing Children Over There, Merritt makes a political statement via the contrived lens of being at a Jefferson Airplane concert and hearing Grace Slick blurt the title of the song in reference to the Vietnam War. Merritt fast forwards to the present as he sings, Now that everyone is fat and complacent, I haven't heard a protest in years. We just keep paying our taxes. The taxes keep turning the gears. They're killing children over there. The song has a long loping bass line and a bouzouki that is chiming melodically, and the message is delivered in a matter-of-fact voice that really underscores the heavy-handed humanitarian issue that he's singing about. On 73, It Could Have Been Paradise, Merritt talks about growing up in Paia, which is located in Maui, Hawaii. The song 72, No, is a blatant denial of God, the supernatural world, and mystic visions of reality presented by different characters in Stephen Merritt's life, including his mom. The songs on 50 Song Memoir are delivered in Stephen Merritt's typical deep baritone bass voice, which gives a sarcastic feel even in literal moments. The track Hustle 76 starts out with a disco hi-hat rhythm and is a jab at the vanity of disco music and its subservience to the beat. It's also a reference to a disco compilation of the time. The Blizzard of 78, a reference to one of the most fierce winters in history, and a distorted account of growing up on a commune in northern Vermont, where Merritt starts his first band with other neighborhood kids. At this point, it's hard to tell if Stephen Merritt is storytelling or if he really lived a globe-trotting lifestyle with an eclectic, wandering, hippie mother. Either way, life according to Merritt is a humorous and colorful experience animated by his unique perspective and his experience of decades of music. This is how to play the synthesizer. This Is How to Play the Synthesizer is the entrance of the 1980s, which is a hilarious impression of bad 80s music and particularly a rip on the enigmatic synthesizer player. There's also an ode to the 1970s and early 1980s dance club Danceteria, which was a 4-level New York City nightclub where the disco scene thrived. The album has some avant-garde pieces such as 91, The Day I Finally, and the lyric goes, snapped. which features a limerick read halfway through the random clanging of pots and a spoken word about becoming unhinged. If this album is an autobiographical account, the song 92, Weird Diseases, talks about Merritt's possible hypochondriac fascination with weird diseases such as epilepsy, giardia, chronic fatigue syndrome, and COPD. Merritt gets autobiographical and somewhat personal on this album, which is a bit of a departure from his thematic but open-ended approach of the past. On 50 Song Memoir, Merritt sings about hooking up with his ex on The X and I, and about betrayal in relationships on Till You Come Back to Me, which is presented in his usual ironic way. But the genius of the album only surfaces on some more melodic, playful tracks like You Can Never Go Back to New York, or the nostalgic I Wish I Had Pictures, and also during the hilarious Somebody's Fetish, where Merritt shows the uncanny proclivity to string together verse that is truly humorous and adorable at the same time. Stephen Merritt is prolific as always on 50 Song Memoir, and his sense of humor is intact. But the quality of songwriting is hard to sustain on a 50-song album that chronicles a lifetime. Merritt does give us a new glimpse into himself and his life, but the album seems to lack instrumentation, namely the strings, harmonies, banjos, and other melodic accompaniment that has made the Magnetic Fields work so compelling over the years. While there are some real great musical moments on the album, the overall journey becomes exhaustive in its sound and scope. Though, I have to give the man credit for even pulling off something of this magnitude. Producing and putting out 50 new songs is a daunting task that can take many years. In the end, I'm sure fans will be happy to have such a large collection of new material to hear, but there is something to be said for a concise album which works as a collection of songs. 50 Song Memoir is a disparate collection of Stephen Merritt compositions that are woven together roughly by the suggestion of each year of his life. I love the Magnetic Fields and I'm in awe of the scope of 50 Song Memoir, but I give it an 8 out of 10 for its colorful, prolific, and diverse lyrical subject matter, while I'm missing the accompaniment and musicianship of the full band at moments on this album. What did you think of 50 Song Memoir? Are you still working your way through it? Do you think 50 Song Memoir is on par with other themed collections by the Magnetic Fields? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this review, follow me on social media and subscribe for notifications on upcoming videos and album reviews. This has been another new album review from Conscious Ground Sound.